future action in the stock. Right now, what I'm looking for, what I have right here in front of me, is the stock is making what I call inverse head and shoulder. It's like a very nice, beautiful shape, right? So, but you got to look at it this way. This is our inverse head and shoulder on a serious note. So this $3 will act as good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. What I'll be doing today is going to be analysis and technical levels where I will be watching in these stocks that I'll be laying out here today, including my thought process as per the market, where I'm expecting the market to go. My previous video has more details about the SPY, the QQQ, IWM, as well as UVXY. So today I will be talking about watch lists that I'll be watching for the coming week, either to the upside or to the downside. I have an open mind in the market, okay? This is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock or equity. It is just for entertainment purposes only, and if I cannot analyze and chart all stocks level here, I will post them up on my Twitter and on my stock tweet account. So keep an eye on those stocks as well. So now, looking at SPY, just a brief touch. This is our Spider S&P 500 ETF, and we use this to pretty much gauge the market as well, you know, to know what the market is gonna do and what stocks are really gonna act based on the market performance, right? Right now the market did pull back last week into levels. When I say levels, I'm talking about the 20 and 50 exponential moving average. We failed to reclaim the 20, and therefore we are now resting on the 50 exponential moving average. So that is where I'll be expecting the market to bounce right off. If you want more details, my previous video has analysis on levels that I talked about, so go check that out. Anyways, our first stock here, you know, I did pull this up before, and I'll be talking about this one as well, Nuru. The reason is because so many people bought this stock at, you know, $25, $30 or so, if that's the highs, and guess what happened? Stock really did pull lower. Now, taking a look at this stock here, Nuru, alright, look at where the stock really did push to, right? So stock really bounced right off and make a double top here somehow. 38.75 was pretty much the highs, right? And then sold all the way up to about this level right here, which is around our $4.75 or so. So now this stock has been beaten down for so long. So what I will be expecting is some form of a bounce, at least into the 200 moving average, which is the $7 spot, right? If you take a look at this on the hourly, let's see, the same thing is happening right now. We still just like keep selling, but far and away from the 200 moving average on the hourly. So I'll be looking for some form of a bounce in the coming weeks. I only played it just a little bit around this dip and then sold right off into the rip. Because why? There's a reason why I did that, was because of this trend, okay? When I chart these two trends, but because before then it was we had what? We pretty much have this area just to go by, but any visit to this trend is a sell. So you see how price got to that level and sold right off, and then bounced off into that level again and sold right off, right? So that is the level you're gonna be looking for. And on the downside, I'm gonna have this level to keep an eye out on as well, in case price pull back down, then bounce into that level if we continue to trend downwards, right? So right now, if this area breaks and really hold, okay, then we'll have the chance of, you know, trending higher into our 200 SMA. Now let's get more into the stocks, right? We're gonna be taking a look at that's QLGN. Okay, we already talked about NURO. This is gonna be QLGN, and right now I'm expecting a bounce of this area. We did bounce into 170 175 area only to reject the 200 moving average, right? Like I told you guys in the previous video, I said, you know, all these moving averages area, they are very critical moment. Your trend line, you know, your downtrend, uptrend, your wedge, your flag, your peanut, all these areas are very, very good to take profit into. I know everybody talk about the stock market, the stock will go into the moon, right? And people talk about AMC, GME, AMC, they are not in the moon right now, right? So you take profit as your stock begins to rally. Like most people who bought here, they were taking profit on the way up, okay? And also some who bought here held on to it thinking this is going to the moon, okay? It's as if Tesla is creating a, you know, a space shuttle just for QLGN, right? So it is very important for you to really look at where you got in the trade and then start selling on the way up, most especially, you know, low float, low price stocks like this, okay? So stocks that you can hold for a long term are stocks that have core fundamental principle, for fundamental backing in their sales and in their technological innovation, right? So small price stocks, I'm not too worried about those stocks. Like something like Twitter, Snap, Apple, you know, Facebook, all these stocks are something you can buy and hold and thinking that we're going to the moon. I understand that, right? Because these are huge company, they've really established in the game. It's like a PayPal. PayPal is also at a discount, right? Now I'm running too much out of town, guys. I just don't want to ramble. Now let's get back into it. I'll put some more up, okay? Welcome to the Trading Success Show, guys. This is your guy. This is your boy Francis, and we're gonna be talking more again about our low float, low price stocks for this coming week. Next one is gonna be INDP. INDP is another one to keep an eye out. Reason is because right now, look at this trend. Every time we get to this trend, we tend to reject. This pop right here, guys, this pop was what they call the fake out, okay? This pop is a fake out. Okay, they actually try to trap in long hands. Okay, that is what they did and rejected that 50 exponential moving average. Right now we are fighting the 20, see if we can break that 20, okay? But right now this trend is going to be your support, because that will be your risk management. ACB as well, if the cannabis sector begin to push, this will also push, coming right off from 65, 860 area. OPGN as well is another one, is a very low price one, keep an eye out. OLB as well as that. UTRS, this one, guys, right now the 20 exponential moving average is breaking that spot. The price is breaking that spot. So if price really and momentum really did come in, as volume is coming in as well, because this is an unusual volume, so I'll be expecting $6.50 or even $7 in the coming days. You know, I'm listing these stocks out because they have unusual volume. Right now, APRON is another one. Right now we're really resting on the 200 moving average. So keep an eye out on that one. With this trend in mind, is going to be your resistance, but if more volume come in as MACD is beginning to call, RSI is fantastic as well. This is a low float and I'm expecting more to come. KAVL as well, looking for some form of a bounce. We got to this trend, rejected it, pulled back down. I think, you know, 20 exponential moving average is your best bet in there. IMAC as well, keep an eye on that. RODUS, keep an eye on this trend. $7 break and hold, $7.25. I think we should be able to get to $8. GFAI, we're looking at the 20 exponential moving average. If that area holds, I think will momentum really push into 175 or more. OCGN, I'm looking for a bottom bounce play. This has been beaten down. $4 is for now support. If they shake hands, it will shake hands again, just like they did here. But keep an eye on that too. BYSI, coming from the $33 spot down there, sold right off. Right now we have this bearish looking chart pattern, right? When you put that, so that's a bearish looking pattern. Okay, so we fail this area, we'll pull back down. Okay, if we break this area, then I'll be looking for the length of these candles right here. It will be the same thing on my profit target. So to really cap up that risk level, I'll be looking for $7.50, $8 in the coming days if you decide to pop. APROE as well, I'm looking for $3 in the coming days. We've been selling and selling off. This stock is more like we pop, you take profit, we pop, we take profit, we pop, we take profit. Well, anyways, AMPY, Amplify, looking for 200 to really hold. 345, 350 with stop loss right below $3. I think we should be able to bounce on that name. BLBX, we're looking for that level, right? So we got this 200 moving average. Remember guys, I talked about looking at the chart, look at what the stock normally do. If the stocks tend to pull back once it gets to your moving averages, know that the stock is still going to act the same. But previous price action is not an indication for the future reaction or future action in the stock. Right now, what I'm looking for, what I have right here in front of me, is the stock is making what I call inverse head and shoulder. It's like a very nice, beautiful shape, right? So, but you got to look at it this way. This is our inverse head and shoulder on a serious note. So this $3 will act as a support. So keep an eye out. You know, if price pushes again, we rest assured that 200 moving average is going to act as a resistance, and then when much more volume comes in, we should be able to break it into this trend. So keep an eye out on that as well. Hopefully I'm not spending too much time on these stocks, as I have so many stocks that are at a discount, right? SONM also is at a discount, 86 cents right now, coming from almost that 750 area. MBROX as well, I'm looking for more of this bottom bounce play, guys. Also STRN, we did pull back from that level. I was expecting a break. I wanted this area to really price to really break this 650 spot, because it's been holding as a resistance, right guys? One thing again to note, when your stock, okay, when your stock begin to be tapping a particular level, right, next thing you're gonna know is for that stock to pull back down. That is what happened right here. Okay, and another criteria is if the stock begin to trend, there's a possibility of a breakout. Okay, there's a possibility of a breakout. If that day that the stock really did push higher and there's no volume follow through, then you expect a pullback. That is pretty much what happened right here. Stock really was consolidating right around this area, and all of a sudden, guess what? The stock really sold off on the next day, but volume didn't really come in to push the stock higher into this 20 exponential moving average. So I will be looking for more into the 425 if it comes. If it comes, then that will be good. That is the area to keep an eye on. That is going to be another area for price action to really come into the game around this 425, $4. Okay, so that's really a good one. We took some around here and rode this trend pretty much to the upside. SUWN, this is also another sell-off stock as well. KTTA as well, $1.50 is going to act, this area will act as our support, okay, which is a double bottom right now. If you're not seeing that, let me show you real quick right here and right here. The double bottom bounce play, I'll be looking for that as well. This also is trying to really bounce off that area. $10 is going to be your support in the coming days. ABSI as well, I'm looking for this price to really push into 10.50 and we should be all right. MRIN as well, bottom bounce play into our 50 exponential moving average. Look for price to really consolidate and then push more. QRO and QNROX as well, I'm looking for more to the upside. Look at that volume, guys. This is what I call an unusual volume. An unusual volume tend to really push the stock to the upside. Maybe not that particular day, but in the following day. So guys, these are unusual volume. BPT as well will really did push into this resistance, so I'll be looking for some sleep on that as well. GBOX, I'm looking for $7 in the coming days. Right now we have unusual volume, got into the 50 exponential moving average only to reject it, pull back down, then trying again, so keep an eye out on that as well. RKDA, we're looking for 220. Okay, 220 is what we're looking for, and see if price can really bounce off that area. Rain as well, make it rain, baby. We're looking right here around $12 as our support for the needed push. SRRA as well right now, 20. If we can break 2050, we should be all right. This one was a pretty fantastic trade on Friday, so right now I'll be looking for price to really pull some form of a lower into 320 or $3 and then bounce off that area. This one as well, ZME, this has really sold off in the past days and more volume coming in, and I'll be looking for some form of a bottom bounce play on that as well. MNPR, we're looking at 350, 360 break. We break that, I think we should be all right. This one, the volume is so thin, that's why we have this barcode looking nature. So right now 570, 560 is your area. NISN, Chinese stock, look for a bottom bounce play. We can bottom bounce out. $4 is the target, and then second target around $6. Education stuff, EDU has been consolidating around this area. Any good news coming out of China on all this stock, I think we should be able to push on EDU, so keep an eye out on that. That as well, DATS, I'm looking for 270 bounce. If that area doesn't, then we can flush through long hands into 250, then for the needed bounce. CEI, right now we failed that 200 moving average, right? So right now 75 cents really held as a support, and I'm looking for more into 95 cents at least. But you know, this really need news, it need action to come in. LITM as well, look for more into the coming days. See pop into trend only to reject that trend, and then couldn't hold the 50 or even now the 20 exponential moving average. So I'll be looking for $2 as our support. HTGM as well, we have this W-shaped breakout into the 200 only to reject the trend as well. So right now we're back down, failed the 20 and 50, tried to reclaim but we couldn't, and right now 425 is going to be our next area of support. VLON as well, we're looking for more. Right now 650, 670 is going to be our support. Okay, if this area doesn't hold, this little beautiful flag here, if this area holds, I think we'll be able to push to the upside. But keep an eye out if volume come in the coming days. I think as well ISIG, I'll be looking for 25 visit as well. ENVB, this is an extension to the downside, so looking for a pop in the coming days on ENVB. Blink as well, bridge line, I'll be looking for a bounce off this bottom level. See how pretty much we pull down, bounce, pull, bounce, pull, bounce, bounce, and right now I'm looking for that area for a bottom bounce play, at least to pick up some few cents. BBLG right now, our 360 is the area to keep an eye out on as well. MITQ, guys, we're looking for support around double bottom out. Guys, the remaining chart, I'm gonna post them up on my Twitter and on my stock tweet. Keep an eye on those as well. Thank you for being here, thank you for listening. I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend, and be positive to everyone out there, and have a happy, fantastic day. Peace and love. Bye bye.